Vanakkam. Good morning to everybody. We heartily congratulate all our friends and comrades who have convened this national seminar. This is very timely. When we are demanding for a caste census, really, this must be percolated to the student community, because it is your future that is going to be more affected more than the present generation. So that is why it is most proper and very right approach to have a 2-day seminar on this very vital subject. Let me bring all the greetings and shower on you for this right decision, because our land is a land of social justice. We are from the Periyar's land, where social justice is not only propagated, but as pointed out by Thiru Kiran Kumar, our president of the All India Backward Classes Students Association, as well as the welcome address given by our great social worker, very committed Dr. Hari, who has given a very long exposition why this is a demand which is just and irrefutable. So we appreciate and applaud your efforts. We stand by it. In Tamil Nadu, long time ago, we have answered many questions which are being raised today by the other parts of India. The first question about this caste census may be a little bit confusing among the student community, because why we want to abolish caste system. Everybody is very particular about eradication of caste. Dr. Baba Saheb, Periyar and Baba Saheb, it is their lifetime goal, mission to eradicate, annihilate the caste system, the Varna system. And why should these people demand this? Why should they insist there must be a caste census? This may be a seemingly political anachronism, but it is a social necessity. How to explain those things? How to understand it in the proper sense of in the light? This is very important. Let me explain to you. At the outset, I would like to Ambedkar's Writings and Speeches, Volume 5. The unpublished writings, these are all unpublished writings. In that, which contains some of the essays. And one of the essays, the chapter 2, Untouchables and Their Numbers. This is the caption given by Dr. Baba Saheb. And in that, he narrates the history of the census. That should be read by all our student community, student friends, because it answers many problems that are being raised by the present generation, by the so-called progressives. First, let me quote Dr. Ambedkar. The first general census of India was taken in the year 1881. Beyond listing the different castes and creeds, the adding up to their numbers so as to arrive at the total figure of the population of India, the census of 1981 did nothing. And the third general census of India was taken in 1901. To quote, I continue that. All this census is a new principle. At this census, a new principle of classification was adopted, namely classification by social precedence as recognized by native public opinion, to quote from the report. Baba Saheb Ambedkar quotes the sentence from the report itself. So that was only adopted. This third general census of India was taken 1901. To this, the classification by the social precedence as recognized by the native public opinion, that was the sentence used by the census commissioner, who was a Britisher. To this serious opposition, was raised by the high caste Hindus to the enumeration by caste in the census report. So, not only they are fronting today, it is very, very long history. It has got a very long history. We can understand from this one. To this serious opposition was raised by the high caste Hindus to the enumeration by the caste in the census report. They insisted, he means upper caste people. They insisted on the omission of the question regarding the caste. They are the one who observes caste in all social functions, in all family functions, in the matrimonial selections of bride and bridegrooms. Yet, it is a wonderful thing to be pondered over. And they are the persons, they don't want the caste enumeration, because people will be knowing who is enjoying what is their monopoly, what is their social monopoly. This will be exposed. That is the motive. Why should they oppose? This is point. The objection, what happens during that time? That is a very interesting question. We must know and understand. It's a very rare fact. This objection did not have any effect on the census commissioner. That, in the opinion of the census commissioner, enumeration by caste was important and necessary. That will be the good answer. How he explains, how he gives a very beautiful explanation and very fitting reply to that. This one is, it was argued by the census commissioner that, within quotation, whatever view may be taken of the advantages or disadvantages of caste, the caste as a social institution, it is impossible to conceive of any useful discussion of the population questions in India in which caste would not be important element. Caste is still the foundation of the Indian social fabric. This answer. Caste, he says, the caste is still the foundation of the Indian social fabric. And the record of caste is still the best guide to changes in the various social strata in the Indian society. Every Hindu, using the term in its most elastic sense, is born into a caste, and his caste determines his religious, social, economic, and domestic life from the cradle to the grave. So it is very clear. If one wants to understand the position now, he will have to go through this. It is the pragmatic way. That is why, without seeing that one, you cannot do justice for the society who are denied their rights for age long, from time immemorial. We have got our own constitution, the 75th year. Amrita Kaul is there. and all these things, how far the assurances given in the Constitution by our learned founding fathers of the Constitution. The preamble of the Constitution gives the assurances. The preamble, as you all know, this is an august audience. It is needless to remind you. This is an unchangeable basic structure of the Constitution. It cannot be amended. The amendment cannot touch it. It's a basic structure. It is a foundation. So the preamble says, we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved, this is the Constitution, and having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and the next is very important, to secure all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political. So, the very object, the constitutional philosophy that is adumbrated in this is social justice. And among the three kinds of justice assured in the Constitution, top priority is being given only to social justice. Social justice is number one, then economic justice, then political justice. Why? Because from the social justice, other two justices are to be followed, are to be sprouted, and to be translated into action. That is why our founding fathers, particularly the chairman, Dr. Baba Saheb, and all these things, have very thoughtfully have placed this one. How to achieve this one? How to achieve the social justice? The reservation is the means. So that is why there is reservation. That is why the demand for reservation is there. Because we have throughout the ages, we have been suppressed, oppressed, depressed. How to get out of it? Just it is a palliative. Just it is a remedy. How to achieve that remedy? That is the reservation. When the reservation, already I don't want, because within the short time I would like to go and explain, because you all know the fundamentals. The reservation is the prerogative to demand the reservation is our right, and it is the prerogative of the state. State means not only the central government, the union government. More than that, the real people are being governed really by the states. Though state has got the duty to translate this into action. That is why there is a reservation. The First Amendment, because of the fight by Periyar, the communal government order, the GO, was then questioned and declared by the then Supreme Court, as well as High Court and Supreme Court, that is ultra vires of the Constitution. This then Periyar led a very huge public agitation continuously for 1 year, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, being a real Democrat, he recognized and also tell what would be follow in the future. The First Amendment was brought in, and there the Article 15.4 was inserted, passed. Socially and educationally backward classes. The caste was not mentioned there, but how to find out? Socially and educationally, because socially and educationally, how they are